Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would film a quick Q&A video for you with any questions you guys asked me related to health and pregnancy. I've been getting lots of questions from either Snapchat or Instagram or YouTube or Facebook just asking me questions, and a lot of them were to do with health and I guess my current pregnancy, and I thought instead of just answering them all individually, I would just put it into a video for you guys. They're kind of scrambled. I didn't organize them into like categories, but the first question was, what supplements am I taking currently during this pregnancy? So in the beginning, basically up until about 3 weeks ago, I haven't been able to swallow a pill because my gag reflex is really bad this pregnancy, as it is with my other ones. So I haven't really taken anything up until this point. So now I can start swallowing things better. I still have to make sure the pills are small. If they're larger, I have a really hard time. So I just have to make sure the pills are small. But I'm taking vitamin D, calcium, probiotics. Probiotics are mostly in the form of yogurts and kombucha, but I do take a probiotic supplement as well. I do multivitamin, folic acid, and omega-3. So those are what I'm taking right now. Okay, so the other question wasn't in these exact 3 words, but it was basically asking me if I'm on a diet. I had a couple of people asking me if I diet, if I'm on a diet, if I watch what I eat during this pregnancy. So I've never done a diet, and I never will do a diet. But what I do is a healthy lifestyle. So I just make sure that everything I eat is just healthy, clean, whole foods, and I try to eliminate processed foods, so packaged anything as much as possible. Usually when I cook, it's mostly with raw fruits and vegetables, and I like to make everything from scratch. However, like I said, once in a while we'll have a bag of chips, but I do make sure it's with a good oil, so no canola or anything like that, and make sure it's made fried in a good oil at least. But yeah, like I said, I just really try to eat as healthy and clean as possible. I do try to watch my portions, but I do have a hard time with that because I am a very hungry person outside of pregnancy even, and I just really have a hard time just eating like small teeny portions, but I do try to watch my portion. But yes, I never diet. I do love food, and I will, if I'm craving a pizza or a burger, I will indulge, but like I said, I eat healthy most of the time. So I would say about 85 to 90% of the time is healthy, clean eating with whole foods, lots of proteins and good fats. And then the other 5-10% is usually where I get to cheat. So will I find out the gender of this baby during this pregnancy? And the answer is yes. I found out with my other 2, and I loved finding out. I don't like surprises, and I just like to be able to bond with the baby, you know, like ahead of time. So yes, I will be finding out, and I'm praying it's a girl. The next one is, what shampoo and conditioner do you use? So I have, basically, like, I'm not too picky into using like organic stuff, but I do try to find the most natural of these shampoos and conditioners. So I use Aveeno, and I use a sulfate-free one. But basically what I do is I never really use shampoo like over my whole hair. So as a lot of you guys asked me this question because my hair is very long. I've got to grow pretty long. It's like almost touching my butt basically. So what I've done is I always just wash the tops, like my roots basically, with shampoo, just because it's oil and greasy, especially if you work out. But then I rinse it out. I never let shampoo go to the ends of my hair or even the middle of my hair. But then I rinse it out, and then I put conditioner over the whole thing. So basically all I really use is conditioner for the most part, but I do use an Aveeno conditioner. So kind of related to hair, what products do you use in your hair? I don't use products ever except coconut oil. I will use before a shower because it is pretty dense. So what I do is I use it as a hair mask or hair treatment. I will put it on dry hair and just soak my hair in it, and then put my hair up in a bun, and I will let it sit in my hair for a few hours if I have the time, and if not, then I'll do it right before bed and just put like a plastic bag on my hair or something and then sleep in it just to protect my pillow, or put a towel over the pillow. And then I wash it out in my shower. And then after I come out of the shower and my hair is dry and I style it, I just use a teeny tad of argan oil. Just put it on the roots. I never just the ends. I never touch my roots with oil because my roots do get pretty oily. So I just put it on the ends of my hair to keep them healthy and protected. Also, I do use a heat protectant on my hair when I'm straightening it or curling it, but I do not know the company or anything. It is not a natural product. It's just a bunch of chemicals, I think, but I do put it in my hair when I'm straightening it, which I don't do too often, but when I do, I do use that as well. It's like a spray you put on wet hair. The next question was, will you breastfeed this baby? So I would like to try. I'm not sure if it's gonna work out because my other two didn't with the tongue and lip tie. I'm gonna try, but I'm not gonna go crazy. Like, having 3 kids under 3 is gonna be so hectic. I'm not gonna stress myself out and be miserable and depressed over not being able to breastfeed. So I'm gonna try it at the hospital, and if I just see that the baby's like, if they tell me at there that the baby's tongue and lip tie or one of the or the other and I'm having trouble, I'm just gonna nurse as long as I can, but pump. So I'll probably pump for about a month, like what I did with Aaron, and then just stop and then give them formula. Both my kids had formula and they turned out amazing, and I always buy good quality formula and stuff, and as much as it'd be nice to breastfeed, I can't drive myself crazy over it, especially not when I'm gonna have 2 babies, so that's gonna be crazy. So yeah, like I said, I'll just try and we'll see how it goes. Another person asked me, or a couple people actually, will I go naturally this birth again? And the answer is yes. I did it with my second baby, my last baby, and it was such, like, compared to the first, the experience was completely different. Like, it was so much better. So definitely I will go naturally again, and hopefully it goes well. And my labor and birth process was so fast the last time around that they didn't even have time to give me morphine or an epidural. So I don't even know, that's probably how it's gonna go this time, because every baby they say usually goes faster unless there's complications. So I probably won't have time either way to get some kind of medication, so I probably will have to go natural whether I like it or not. Oh, so another one, someone asked what kind of oils I cook with. So whenever I share recipes with you guys, either on Snapchat or on my Instagram, when I post pictures of the food that I make, or on YouTube or anything, you guys see that I always use pretty decent oils, and that's kind of why I've been getting this question. You guys were asking exactly what I use. So basically for cooking, like on high temperatures, I use avocado or coconut oil, because those are healthy fats and they're good oils. They're not like processed and GMO or anything like that. And then I use olive oil a lot, but that is more for like not cooking, like if I'm putting it on a salad, or if I have to put it in baking. So a lot of times instead of coconut oil, because you can taste the coconut oil sometimes, I will use olive oil, which tastes great in baking. But yeah, it just really depends. If I'm frying something on very low heat, then I might use olive oil. So it just really depends. But those are the 3: avocado oil, coconut oil, and olive oil. And I always make sure they're organic. Regardless, I make sure they're pure and organic oils. And finally, the last question was, do you let John have candy and junk food sometimes? So a bunch of you guys were asking this when I did his toddler update. So I do let him have candy for sure and junk food, but like I said, it's in moderation. So it's kind of like how I eat. He eats 90 to 95% of the time extremely clean and healthy whole foods, almost unprocessed. I give him a little bit more processed food than I give myself because he does like his snacks. But most of the time it's healthy, good foods. And then if we go out, it's usually outside of the house. So either at my parents' house, or if we go out for dinner or something, that's when he'll get the junk food. So an ice cream or a candy or something. One thing I never let him have though is pop or juice. Once in a blue moon he'll have juice if he goes to my parents' house. I like to treat him and they'll give him a juice box, but it is usually organic. Not that it really makes a difference because it's still a lot of sugar, but it's still better, I guess, than the regular. But yeah, he doesn't really I never ever drinks pop. That's not allowed. If he asks for pop, I give him kombucha because it's fizzy. He doesn't know the difference and he loves it. And if he asks for juice in the house, I always make him a smoothie. So I'll put anything he wants in it. I let him pick, and he usually goes for like banana, and then he likes frozen blueberries a lot. So it's usually what I'll put in it, and then I'll just add it with almond milk or something, and maybe a little bit of protein powder, like a teeny bit. But yeah, I always will just make him a smoothie if he asks for juice, just because I don't think his little body needs all that sugar and all that. It's usually from concentrate. He just doesn't need it. It's just too much, and most of the time it's so processed, I just don't want him having that. So I hope that answered all your questions related to health and pregnancy. If you guys have any more, comment below, let me know. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you are not subscribed already. Stay tuned for my pregnancy update, which hopefully pregnancy 18 update will come this week if I'm not too busy. So stay tuned for that, and thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.